howdy. Just realised I had the microphone turned off on this program. So yeah, yesterday's videos may have no audio. I'll have to check that. But anyway, we're leaving early today because I need to fuel up. So that will take a few moments of our time since it's on the way. I might have to fuel up with not E10, 95, just to check out a few things with the fuel efficiency and shit. And, well, like that far off empty kind of thing. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this trip on the road. Boom, boom, motherfucker. Get a few points deducted off that Shell driver tracking program algorithm, whatever. So yeah, still bronze because, well, can't synchronize any of the trips, so they can't be uploaded to the server for whatever reason. So I'm going to be on bronze status forever unless they fix it. That I would exceed bronze status at the moment. But it keeps saying, oh, prepare your first drive to, calibrate this program. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm trying. It's not synchronizing or uploading to the server, so yeah. Haven't put in a new oil yet, but I've entered into the Win Chad's Mustang competition, so that's something. gas around here. Smells like it anyway. And there's a servo I'll be using, so yeah. Whoops. Cans of degreaser. The price came down a bit more. Okay. I'm still debating whether I should opt for the 95 or not. I know there's no real difference, except for some reason 400 cal probably won't make much difference, to be honest. It's just the fuel efficiency on this thing says 11.8, and I'm like, it's never been that low in city driving, but that's also still the fuel remaining from the trip, so the amount of kilometres, fuel use, yada yada yada. But still, the math doesn't add up. So I must be using the average kilometres to calculate the fuel usage, which is bad. The number of people I do. 400k is 11.8. I normally get 400k is bloody 15. I know you're not supposed to do this, but I'll do this anyway. Supreme, which is 98, special E10, 94. Okay. I might have to try I've tried the E10 here, it wasn't all that great. So I'm going to have to try the unload. I'll use the unloaded again. Oh, I won't worry about stopping the recording because I'm not going to be terribly long. Okay, we're back. And got my receipt and all that jazz. Yeah, I know. Just give me the data. 275,183,9.4. I bet you that won't equal to 11. If anything, it might equal to 15. I don't know. We'll find out. Because it was came to 60 litres and 60.35 litres. Oh dear, silly me. Ended up filling up with the E10 94 E10. Not my best idea, but I need to save a bit of cash, I think. The fuel economy isn't that bad in this car. Well, considering I don't drive very far. Before work for the Dole, I was driving enough for fuel to last me a month out of a whole tank. That's why I couldn't use E10, because E10 goes bad after 2 weeks. So yeah, since it's been about that since my trip to Young and back, it might be okay to use E10. And that 7-Eleven's E10 is a lot better than Shell's E10, which I think is 91 E10. 91 with 10% ethanol, which probably brings it up to 94, but I'd rather 94 with E10, 10% ethanol. This is a 70-litre tank. I'd like to increase it by another 70 litres to another 80 litres ish. Because then I probably could go from Sydney to Brisbane on one tank. I didn't get any water either, so I got nothing to drink on my drive. No, which means I'll probably have to go out and get something. So at lunchtime, it's because I didn't take my water bottle in to get refilled when I went home. So yeah. Had to cut the corner because that four-wheel drive was going a bit wide. Doesn't feel like it's got as much punch. It's probably just my imagination. Oh, jeez. in the Shell. Shell recommends turning your engine off while sitting at the lights for more than 10 seconds. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately that means you've got no power steering and your brake will start to lose vacuum, so you don't have power brakes. I'm like, yeah, that's not so much of a good idea, people. Because when you're in an emergency, you need your brakes and power steering. Not to mention that the delay tends to inconvenience people by a few seconds, so they get annoyed and beep you and all that shit. And the fuel saving is pretty marginal as far as I'm concerned. A small 4-cylinder probably won't bother it terribly much with fuel economy, but with a V6 like this one, it probably would improve the fuel economy quite a bit. Especially considering the average speed is calculated for as long as the engine is on, so while you're stopped, the average speed goes down. So you turn the engine off and you increase your average speed, which increases the fuel economy. So, yeah. It'd be nice if I could get an average speed of about 40 k's along my routes along here. But most of the time I end up at about 25. The average speed when I came back from the trip was 109, or was it 101, 102, somewhere around there. Turbo Nissan, go figure. And yeah, it's I was down half tank then, so, and the fuel economy was about 8 at that time too, so yeah, the way it calculates the average speed is probably not the best. It's probably correct, but calculating the fuel economy based on average speed is not going to work. But these fuel gauge indicators are only a guide, so they're not 100% accurate either. Like, I still had 10 litres of fuel left, or just under 10 litres of fuel left. easier. So hopefully I won't get too much of a headache today. Considering I've got to work tomorrow and the next day, I'm like, yeah. Really shouldn't have had those few days off, I suppose, but I was not in a good way. Lacking sleep and a whole heap of other things. Sleep, medication, lacking poor judgment, yada yada yada. I know I could save some money on fuel if I switched over to a manual transmission too. But I won't be able to afford a Tramic or a T5 or even a T56. Not to mention the T56 doesn't bolt up to the V6, so and I haven't managed to find any that will suit, so unless I fabricate a bell housing for it, which isn't possible. Same price here too. It'd be nice if I could just take the V8 bell housing and weld up the holes and drill new holes. So I'll probably end up with a GetRag 250, which is a 5-speed transmission. But then again, I've been thinking about adding a transmission coupler. It has you can have high and low ranges and have it automatically switch, or you can manually switch. I saw it on a roadkill one day and I'm like, okay, that's a pretty cool idea. So I could switch this car to an 8-speed transmission, Klondike sort of thing. That means fabricating a new bloody drive shaft as well. Probably would have to change the transmission napping slightly just to be on the safe side. Jeez. still a bit tired. I've been waking up about 4 o'clock in the morning, so still trying to change my sleeping pattern to a better sleeping pattern, more regular or more common, I should say. gonna be late. They're not bothered by when I rock up. The only people that are going to be bothered if I rock up or not is bloody Centrelink. I'm turning dick. Sometimes I wonder who's the idiot. People on the road or me. Oh, I know I'm an idiot. Smart one, but an idiot nonetheless. I feel like I picked up a cold, jeez. Motor hub. I wonder if they did go-karts as well. That's one thing you don't find very common around metro areas is go-karts or go-kart shops. Anything with that variation. You do find some at motorbike stores and the like. And she's late too. Listen again. Listen. Well, yeah. So let's see, how did I do on my score? Okay, we're here. I'm just pulling up my score. In drive. Come on. Oh, 46%. 96% smooth. 11% acceleration. 46% performance. And 14% for braking. Harsh acceleration, harsh braking. So not so great after all. Okay, let's have a look and do some calculations. We got 60.36 divided by 3,995 and equals times 100. and it turns out to be 15.1. So yeah, I'm not 11, that's for damn sure. I know my car pretty well and doesn't usually do too well on city routes, so yeah. That just goes to show you how great calculating fuel efficiency based on average kilometres, or average speed I should say. Not so great after all said and done. Oh, I've got a few coins in there. Yeah. Okay, and okay, so we'll see you this afternoon. I've got to get my socks on, so I'm going to be pretty late. Oh well, catch you guys later.